was that Gerard had tremendous vision, tremendous enthusiasm, and there was a big gap between that and the sort of people who were available to do it, who also had enthusiasm, but they simply, didn't have the wherewithal really to pull it together. Various odd bods just turned up. I mean, there was no planning. They had sleeping bags and they just got on. But I mean, he was looking at this completely derelict site. I mean, there was no, even the engine shed had no roof. I mean, nothing had anything roof. Cottage 3 was sort of beginning to be done up, and someone had been there who'd, I think I mentioned to you before, he rigged up this back boiler and the wood stove and a radiator in his bedroom, and he was so excited when he suddenly had a hot radiator when he went to bed, and then an hour or two later the whole thing exploded because no expansion pipe had been put in, and so the thing just boiled and burst, and he was showered in hot water. Tony Williams. And really, he had extraordinary sort of fortitude to even think about tackling it, because there was virtually no money. I mean, there was no person, there was nothing there.
What I remember mostly is that first summer, although it was supposed to be summer, it just rained incessantly, day in, day out. And I remember I was living in a caravan at the bottom of the track, which is where reception is now, on the flat bit where you first come in and where the car park is, at the bottom of the hill. And there were 3 caravans, of which I had one, and they'd been dragged off the tip, I think, because people had chucked them out because they leaked. And I just remember climbing every night into a sopping wet bed and getting up in the morning and putting on these sopping wet clothes. Day after day after day. And at that time, we hadn't even somehow, I don't quite understand our intelligence or what was going on, but we hadn't even thought of lighting a fire to dry the clothes or dry the bedding or anything. We hadn't got to that stage. It was before the days when someone thought, let's have a bonfire and see if we can dry things out.
I've been on this site before anybody in Cat had been. I left my footprints here, so I used to climb around the back there, so I knew the geography of this place. And we sort of grew up together in this part of the country. Very, very hostile environment. I remember coming down years ago with my next door neighbour, Richie. He was 74. We saw some boys trying to shift some stones, and he'd worked in slate most of his life. And he started giving them the hand, and they couldn't believe the things he was lifting, but he knew how to lift slate. These were Oxford and Cambridge graduates and things like that, and they had no idea how to work physically. That was the whole ethos of coming to the place. They wanted to choose a hostile environment, and the only other environments, I suppose, like this would be the north of Scotland or something like that.
Why did they want a difficult environment?
Well, they had to prove what they wanted to prove that they could do, you see. They knew there was a good water supply here, which was a start, and it's quite a windy area as well. It is very hostile. It's... when the weather's bad around here, the weather's really, really bad.
Do you remember how they started, who they were?
Well, they lived in caravans, that's where the local attitude to them, they were jippos, they were, they had to live in caravans on site because there's nothing else. They gradually built up a few things. My daughter who works here now is very, very friendly with the children who were born and bred in Cat.